I had a similar situation when in 2017, Hurricane Irma came through the Florida Keys, and the level of devastation I've seen with my own eyes in real time was beyond words I could probably find to explain. And the level of community that I've experienced here was just absolutely worthwhile to endure that devastating hurricane and the aftermath. The way how we treated one another, the way how we lifted one another up, the way how we helped out, everyone helped where they could. And that is very important in days of peace and in days of turmoil when it comes from nature or elsewhere. So community is very important. And I do believe that somehow in our societies, especially the Western societies, we almost unlearned how healthy community can function and what are the ingredients and what can we do to rebuild that or reestablish community in the first place. And of course, when we establish something, I always suggest, and I rarely use the generalization of always, but in this case, I do generate it in healthy ways and create it in healthy ways.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you mentioned all those things, Daisy, because that's exactly where I'd like this podcast to go. But first, I want to touch on what you just said. You gave some really great examples of when communities have come together in a crisis. And I'm lucky enough to have also been brought up in a town where community came together like that. And it is amazing to see and does alleviate, I think, a huge portion of what would have been much, much harder. And today I also want to urge people out there, like you said at the end of those examples, to do this every day, not just when we're in little crises or big crises, because that is when you see it the most and you perhaps take most notice of it. But it's the everyday acts of community and neighbourship that really can change people's lives and can, I think, make a much better environment for a better mental hygiene within those communities too, especially when there is something going on worldwide like right now. We are in extraordinary times. So I suppose we are in a crisis. But my point was for us to be able to help people do this in their daily lives, because I think it's a super important component of living your best life, is having a great community, being involved in a great community and having that nurture you and you do the same with them.
I very much agree with you.